well, well, guys, we're back. We are back with some Travis Wali motivation. Before I get started with this video, I would like to apologize to you guys because in January, I said that I was going to be uploading weekly motivation videos, and here we are, October, and I probably only uploaded about 6 or 7 motivation videos. And so that's on me for saying that I was going to do something and then I didn't follow through with it. And so I'm really excited to be here making this video with you guys because, I think another thing with my motivation videos, when I made my first one, I really hyped it up. I told a bunch of my coworkers at work. I don't remember specifically if I had shared it on Snapchat or Instagram. Essentially what, so spreading the motivation video. And my first one got a lot of views. For what it was. And I had a lot of people, saying encouraging things about it. Like I had William, one of my coworkers, post a Snapchat talking about me, and then, it was the video, so he clearly had watched it. I had my cousin Evan specifically Snapchat me and say that, he was going to use the no more excuses this semester. So, I don't know every detail of my cousin Evan's situation at Washington State, but he took the, no excuses motivation and he applied that to his life. So in some shape, way, or form, that video or me just starting something started impacting lives. And then as I got going, or later down the line, my motivation videos weren't getting a whole lot of views. So I can't sit here and say, like, okay, I stopped uploading because they weren't getting views. Because, at the end of the day, what makes me passionate about doing YouTube is the fact that I can venture out to other people in the world that, maybe don't live in my county or my area, and I can still impact their life with something that I may have to say or an experience that I have. Because as we go through life, we learn how to overcome things based on, what we see other people going through in life. We learn from other people's experiences. They might share a story with us, and that story, it could be how to specifically do something, or we could learn a lesson like, hey, if you're in this situation, I would highly recommend do not do this. Like in my case right now, because again, I'm an open book right now, so I'll be talking about any topic that's really going to be applying to me. And so before I continue, guys, I just want you to know that this video, I do not specifically rehearse what I'm going to say or what I'm going to talk about, but I know in some shape, way, or form, I'm really trying to help you guys to realize that we can achieve all our goals and dreams in life, that we can achieve greatness, and, we can have this lifestyle we've always dreamed of, and do all these great things in life. But the quick thing that I wanted to hit on from personal experience was I got myself in a lot of credit card debt because when I first got my credit cards, or as I started using credit cards, I was not smart with what I was doing. So what I was doing is I was maxing them out, making a lot of purchases, and just not being smart with it. And it really dug myself a deep hole now because basically I'm getting charged interest. So when you use a credit card, you think of the good thing because you're like, oh, wow, like I get to do this or I get to experience this, even though technically I don't have the money for it. So thank God for a credit card. But then down the road, I'm not saying you regret the experience that you got to do with the credit card. Like in my case, I went on a cruise to the Bahamas in Miami, from Miami to the Bahamas. So that was phenomenal. Although I used a credit card for it. So that whole trip was not money that I just had. I didn't have $2,000 or $3,000 saved in the bank. Like, okay, now I can go on my cruise. I put that on a credit card and now I'm reaping the benefits. Well, not benefits, but reaping the like the results of my decisions. So some things that come fresh to my mind, because right now while I was eating lunch, I was watching, I'm always trying to learn more. I'm always trying to study how I can improve my life or changes that I can make to implement on an everyday basis. Because, something that I heard is, enjoy your journey. So a lot of us are saying, I'll be happy when I get married. I'll be happy when I have kids. I'll be happy when, I have money in the bank. I'll be happy when I'm going on vacation. So a lot of people, they live their life thinking these types of feelings. So, and what's crazy about hearing this perspective is the fact that it actually happened to me in my life. So, what happened was I played the blame game in terms of, so there was a period in my life when I went through a serious depression due to a girlfriend I had, and I really allowed everything to bring me down. My self-image went completely down. Like everything crashed. Imagine like being in a car, just driving on the freeway or something, and then imagine crashing. And, that's kind of how I felt like my life, what happened. It felt like a car crash in the sense that everything just started crumbling. So what I started to do was I started to play the blame game, and that's a really bad habit to get into, because what it did is, I just didn't really believe that I could do things in life. And I kept saying like, I'll be happy or I'll be able to be successful in life once I have a girlfriend, or, once I have a girl in my life. So I really attributed my failures, or, I basically looked at, okay, my life is not what I want it to be, but I made an excuse for it. So I think a lot of us in life, sometimes we make excuses for reasons why we're not where we want to be in life, because when we make an excuse, it makes us feel better. Like for example, say if you miss class, and you miss class because you overslept or something, you're gonna use that as an excuse, like, I was honestly really tired, so I couldn't get to class. So you feel a little better by making that excuse. But honestly, when you keep making excuses for things, it's really not gonna lead you to where you ultimately want to go. And another good concept that something that's fresh in my mind right now was, think of 5 things in your life, that anything really, but 5 specific things that if you had the courage to do, that if you did those things, it would leave you a sense of satisfaction, a sense of accomplishment, and what that would do to your psyche moving forward. So when we talk about courage, a lot of us are afraid. We're afraid of what people think of us. We're afraid of how we're going to be perceived. And so we allow that to limit what we can do in life. So really, you just got to have the courage to do something, If that's going to the gym, and maybe when you go to the gym, you're afraid of, what people are going to think about you, maybe because you don't really work out a lot, or you just don't know what to do there, or you're intimidated by other people there and you're like, oh, okay, I'll never be like them. Or maybe you just don't feel confident in knowing that you could do an exercise properly. Like for me personally, I've always had a struggle with doing back workouts. So I believe it's, trying to think, come to mind, but basically the workout with your back, that where you grab the bar and you're pulling it up and doing that. So deadlift, I think, is deadlift. But deadlift is a very extreme workout, and if you don't do it properly, you could get severely hurt. So for me, I've always kind of been self-conscious of the fact that, like, what if I do this wrong, and what if I really mess up my back? So that's just a mini example right there. Like, what I got to do is I got to have confidence in myself that I can do this exercise right. I got to study it. If that means I got to watch videos on YouTube, or maybe I got to have a friend with me. And in this case, in this situation, I would definitely want to have rest buckets. So shouts out to Russell if you're out there. You can definitely help me with my deadlift form so that I can make sure I don't get hurt when I do that and be able to increase weight. So that is going to wrap up today's motivation video, guys. I'm so excited that we are back. If you like this video, give it a comment, like, subscribe. More weekly motivation videos are going to be coming your way, and excited to be on this journey with you guys as we try to empower, uplift people, and, just make the world a better place. And, yeah. Big shout out to @Clan the Clouds. He's a really good music producer. If you guys are interested in getting any beats, hit me up and let me know.